Hello, hello. Give us a second to start going here. Welcome. So it's been a little bit, but here I am. So my name is 𝗧𝗢𝗣𝗑 and I am ButterDish Designs, and this is Crafty Hour. So welcome. So it's an exciting time of the year for demonstrators because we are gearing up for the January to April 2024 spring catalog. And with that is also celebration. So celebration runs January 4th through 29th of February. It's leap year next year. And then the mini catalog will run January to April, the end of April. So can't show you the inside, but we can play with some new stuff. And if you're here, say hi and let me know how you're doing, if you're having a good day. And yeah, happy to be here and happy to share with you. Hey, babe. And yeah, so we're just going to, we are doing things a little differently this evening because I wanted to do a sneak peek with you with a new double stamp and die suite that's in this catalog. I'm going to pull those off here now. And the suite that we're going to be playing with this evening is Nature's Sweetness. And it is a suite collection. It's a big one. Like I said, it has 2 sets of stamps. So here is the Notes of Nature stamp set here. The Notes of Nature stamp set comes, it is a bundle if you want. It is the Notes of Nature dies. And these are it there. Then the second stamp set with this suite is Lovely and Sweet. So it's got those images there. And both of these, just so you know, are cling red rubber. And then this is the coordinating die set for that. Lovely and Sweet dies. If you haven't noticed, Stampin' Up! Has listened to us and named the bundles when they're doing this. Dies used to have different names than the stamp sets. And it's just difficult. At least for demonstrators, it was difficult to pair those up. And now they've done it to where the dies and the stamp set have the same name. So if you didn't know that, they are doing that. We've been doing that for a little bit now. So, you know, Notes of Nature, Notes of Nature. Okay, so there's that. The embellishments for this, because it is a double suite, we have these little cork embellishments here that are just super, super cute. Very flexible, sticky in the back. They're not too thick, if you can see that. And they just adhere beautifully, and it's neat to have something different. And the texture on them is cork, so it's pretty cool. And then it also has ribbon, and I should say it's not really a ribbon per se, but it's almost like a leather-like strip there, if you can see that, with gold in it. I'll move that over there. There you go. And it's not very thick. So that is that. It's easy to tie. You can just see here. It's a little different than tying ribbon. I mean, same principle and all that, but you just need to make sure you've got a good knot there for that. So there's that. And, oh, the paper. Can't forget the paper. Paper is really beautiful and very versatile. So this is a specialty paper. And of course you get the 12 sheets. And let's just kind of go through it. You can see, I'm sure with the light here, that it is a gold foil on the one side. And then on the back side, you've got a pattern. So those are those. Just going to flip through it real quickly here. This is the back side of that one. Love, love, love this one with this text on here. And then this is the back side of that one in that beautiful pebbled path. This one is lots of gold foil on that one again. A little bit smaller writing on the back of that one. This one here has this grid-like on the back. And then this is the opposite side of that, the plain paper side, which has these beautiful images that you can cut apart and do 6 or however you want to do it and make 6 card fronts. So there's that. This side has some gold embossed onto the pebbled path. There you go. And then the back side is like a what do you call those? Like an accounting grid journal type thing. And that is pecan pie, just so you know. So now you may be thinking that's a lot of white and gold, and yes, it is, and it's beautiful just as it is. But you can do a lot with it, a lot more than you think, and not have a limited color palette there. So, or if you just want to keep it simple, you can definitely do that. Now, this evening, I do not have a project per se in mind. We are going to play with this. I'm going to show you just a couple samples that I did with this. So I cut these apart, and this is how it looks colored with blends, just to show you a sample. Did a little bit of the grid stamp back there. That one came from this here. So it's this stamp here, and that's stamped on that back. Anyways, so there's that. And let me switch to just this. So there we go. So we can see this better here. There. So there's a sample for you, just to give you some ideas. I also colored this one, but on this one here, I did an embossed background layer. And then you can see that I used the cork embellishments here for those flower centers. Now, you may be saying, oh, hey, that looks, I can get a little cat hair there. That looks a little bit like washi tape. Well, in actuality, it is the back of this one, of this sheet here. And let me grab that real quick. Put it up here somewhere, because I knew I was going to. Oh, the pieces are over here. So you can see this is back of another one that I colored. It's this right here. And I just used the dies, the deckled rectangles, to make that into washi tape. I thought it worked really neat with that card there. So there's that one. Now, this is another one that I colored. So you can see I colored a trio here of these. And This one has the back side right here, which it's actually cut. I cut out this image from the center and just used the outside on this card here. So in these images that I colored, I used Stampin' Blends. I used Daffodil Delight, the Pecan Pie, Granny Apple Green, and Old Olive. So that's the blends that I used on those there. If you don't want to color in the image, I know some people don't like to color really detailed like this. Oh, before I move on from that, I will tell you that when you're using the blends on this type of paper, this designer series papers, just be aware that it's going to have some bleed. So if you're aggravated with that look, you don't like it, you may want to consider coloring a little further in on the image. That's a tip there. So I like the look of it, so it doesn't bother me. Just an opportunity. Okay. So now, let's say you didn't want to do the coloring here like this anyways, in lines. Here's a sample for you that I did where I just used one set of Stampin' Blends. This is the Boho Blue. And I also used the color lifter to create this one that I'm going to put on a card front. And I'm going to demonstrate that one with this here. And just set this off to the side. And we are going to use the Moody Moth on this one. Oh, I will show you also that I did, let's get this in the right direction here. I had also done another one in Pebbled Path, and I'm in the process of cutting this one apart because you don't have to use them as a whole image either. I really encourage you to play. Don't pull out a set in mind with just making like one card or one project, because especially if it's a new set, let me get a drink of water. With new sets, you may kind of get discouraged. So I encourage you to play. Just make pieces, die cut the images, stamp the images, try different color combinations, all that with these to get yourself familiar and see the possibilities of a stamp set and die or punch, whatever it may be. Because when you start playing with these, it opens up, like I said, new possibilities and ideas. And then you add value. And a lot of times if I pull out a stamp set and it's new and I go to create just one card or project, it generally will go back on the shelf and just sit there. So for a bit. But if I play like this with the stuff, I do more. I make more. I become more familiar with the stamp set. I become more familiar with the dies, the images, the sentiments, and it makes for a better experience for myself. So I encourage you to do the same. But all right. So we're going to do this technique here, which is not really a technique, but we're going to color this one here. Why have you? So again, I'm using the Moody Mauve, and I am going to start with the light. Okay. So, and you can see there, as you put it down, that it starts to bleed, so that's why I said, if you're wanting to do, it's not going to be precise. That's okay. Still looks beautiful. I mean, look at these. They're gorgeous. So, or at least in my honest opinion, they are. I do like to go in with the fine tip end and kind of do the closer details there. There we go. And see, on that I went way in there, and that is just, it's just fine. It'll all be fine, I promise you. It's going to look good. How's everybody's December going? Hectic? You good? Just relaxing and enjoying time? Do you like the holiday season? You know, leave me a comment, say hi, let me know. Also, if you missed the live and get the replay, still say hi. And just know that I appreciate everybody who watches very much. We went to Texas for Thanksgiving to visit brothers and nieces and nephew, and it was a lot of fun. Enjoyed it a lot. Came back with a cold, and I'm still coughing. And I was not able to do this live last week. So, all right. So now I'm switching to the brush tip. And this one might be a little dry, but that's all right. We're going to work through this. Just so you know, when you order these, they're usually very juicy, work well. Let's try this one. This is the dark one. It'll give it a different look, but we're just going to go for it. There we go. So much better. Anyways, they should be coming, things should come out like this. You should test them. If you're ever having any issues, please contact me if you ordered them through me, or you can actually call Stampin' Up! Directly, and they will take care of you. When you're doing this much of a color, you're going to see the back side of that paper at first, just so you know. Don't worry about it, because as it dries, it'll go away. All right. I'm not worried too much about blending this at this point in time. I'm just trying to get the color on the page. Trying to give it a little bit of an organic look. That's why I'm not doing straight. I am just doing random here. Okay, I'm gonna go back with the spider one. See if I can get a little bit out of that end that's dry. Teach me not to test these before we're doing this, huh? You can see here on this one, I had gone light and then dark, and this one's just going to be different. That's a-okay. Okay. Excuse me. So for the, you're going to use the color lifter, and we're going to do some things on here. Oh, wait 1 second here. Actually need to go back a little bit. I did this on purpose to have some little bit of just variations. I just went through and did some scribbling. No pattern, no same size, just random. Okay. Now, give that a second to dry. Another drink of water here. Excuse me. This is why I did not want to be coughing and stuff. I'm not coughing anymore, but still, throat's a little raw. Okay, so I'm going through here, and I am lifting some of this color just to give it a different look. You can see how that is lifting off that color there. Okay. I'm going back to the light. I forgot I did also wherever there was lines, I just went in and just added a little bit of color. So give this a try if you don't like the color. Don't be afraid. And with this particular idea I have going here, excuse me, you don't have to be so accurate. It's just kind of got an organic look to it. So speeds up the process there. So that's how that's going. See there. There's one last leaf here. So there we go. If you get too much, you want to take some off, use that color lifter. This one got a lot done on it here, so I'm just going to use that. And I actually love the look of the color lifter mixed in with the color. So you can see what that's doing there. I like it so much, I'm just gonna do it a little bit over here. There you go. Also, when you're coloring with blends, remember to always have something underneath here. Don't be coloring on anything precious. So here's that scratch piece. All right. So there we go. All right. Now let me grab a little bit of cardstock here. Just want to see how this is going to look on here, or actually put just a little bit more in here. I need it to kind of match that one a little bit more to my liking. So there we go. All right. Now, I think that this one here is here. Yeah, I brought some pebbled path too. So for this one, and remember, we're just playing. I'm definitely going to end up putting something behind that. There. And that one. I actually think this one might look good on pebbled path too, but we'll save that for another time. All right, so one thing with the playing is definitely get out your cardstock, like your white, your basic white. Got some open here. Whether you do thick or thin or whatever, it's up to you. But you should play and stamp your images. It'll also help to season them as well. So okay, this is Notes of Nature, and I actually have a couple of those pieces out here. And let's see here. I've got some path. So let's go ahead and I'm just going to go through what I do to kind of get things moving along here to make myself familiar. Okay. So this let's see if the camera focuses there. Sorry about that. Doesn't like that great. Give it a second here. It'll calm down. Okay. Got that there. This one is one of my favorites. I'm thinking it's going to be one of my favorites. And I'll show you why here. It says field notes. You can see that there. There we go. I think now that I've got another image on there, it's calmed down. Let's take a look at some of these other images. I'm just pulling them out so that I can use them. I told you it was new and we were going to play, so here we are. Okay. There we've got some speckles. Oops, might help if I take the backing off. Got a nice line art with some leaves there. Let's go ahead and do a sentiment here. Today is all about you. Happy birthday. It's a good one. Okay. Here's another one. Another sentiment. Do I have that going the right way? Yes, I do. Just a little note to say hello. I guess if you're doing any journaling, these would be a lot of fun. There's a little sprig. I don't think I've seen this sentiment before. It's really nice. It says, "Thanks for making me smile." Okay, and then the last stamp from this one is a little flower. There we go. So there's the sentiments. You can see details. And there we go. I like that. Okay, so Something I like to do to go along with this is I like to pull out the die cuts or the dies and make cuts. So, hang on 1 second here. Just gonna put these in here. Don't want them running away. Do you feel me on that? I mean, if I don't, I need to put them back so that they don't go missing. Okay. So, this is the Notes of Nature. Remember, this is the Notes of Nature stamp set. So, this has, it's a set of, let's see here, 9 dies. Okay. Now, first off, you've got this one here. It's going to cut out that one. You have this little one here, down in the corner there. And the last, the one that does this. So you've got those 3 images right there. All the rest of these are just extra, just standalone for you to do stuff with. So let's go ahead. Move that to the side. I'm going to leave it right there. But go ahead and open this here. And let me grab that since I'm using the pebbled path. Let me just grab that here. A piece of that. And let's make some cuts. Okay, I know you can't see this whole thing here, and I promise you'll see the stuff when I'm done here. The first thing I'm going to do is these standalone pieces here that and then we'll do the last one here. Hang on. Okay. This is my first time running these through. So we are going to run them. Like hear it go through, and then we're going to run them back. Because I'm not sure how detailed some of those little stamps are. And one more time. All right. So all this stuff pops out nicely when you do that as well. Of course, I spoke too soon with this, but let's see. I think it's going to come out real easy. Yep. Oh, you guys, this is gorgeous. Look at that. Look at the details. That's beautiful. Okay, so we got that one. A little bit, oops, that one jumped, and I ended up cutting it twice because I ran it through so many times. So be careful with that with the little ones. Okay. Here we go. Here we go there. All right, let's see if we can cut that last one there again. This itty bitty one. It did not like what I was putting through there. We'll also go ahead and do these outlines. Here we go. And then the one that we also did not run through is this piece here. Should put these over here. I can do this one over here. There's that little one. Oops. Right. I'm actually only going to run this one through the forward and once back, and that's it. I don't want that little die to jump. Okay, so we will notice with this one here, look at that, is that it does a paper cut here. So and it's also perforated, so you can do some different things with that as well. So, and bonus, remember I was talking about we needed to play to find out what we're going to do? These would go perfectly in a shaker card. If you're doing enough of that, you can just pop that in as a little bit of confetti. So, all right, that over there. So put that off to the side there. Let me bring this back out here. However they were on here. You don't have to be back in the exact same spot for me anyway. So I just like to get them on here and make sure that I have them on. And where's that itty bitty one? Here we go. Just remember, you can always look on the outside of your envelope on this piece here, and it tells you there's 9 dies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I've got them all before you go putting them back in. Okay, the one thing I'm going to do with this is do a cut here. I'll show you what I'm doing with all this here momentarily, I promise. Oh, actually, we can trim that down just a little bit more. Get that one out of the way. That's close enough. And what I was going to show you that I do with these is that my glue here. I need to open a new one this evening. I was running out last night when I first started playing with these. I will probably be running this through again. So what I'm going to do is leave a little bit of room because I'll probably do some other stuff like the perforated part. Right, there's that. Got this beautiful leaf here. There we go. With these ones that work with these stamps, I am going to put them in the same sort of configuration here. Over. Okay. We've got these. Remember, your adhesive sheets are your friends with these little tedious gluing die cuts. Which, if I had thought about it, I would have brought a piece out. There we go. Hold that for a second. Oops. See? Glued it to myself. Okay, there we go. And basically, this is like a little template for this bundle. It also helps. You can just put these in a plastic sleeve cover and put them in a binder. You can do a little printout with the information on it if you'd like, what it coordinates with. And it's very helpful when you're looking for a sentiment to just kind of flip through your binder. Or if you're trying to see if something fits, like a sentiment, if it fits into something else. What? Oh no, we got one more. Is that it? Oh, no. Here we go. You can easily see these shapes and if they'll work for another project. And it just makes you familiarized with the set. So again, I encourage you to play. That's what we're doing this evening. Oops. Got a little cut piece there. Hang on. There we go. And for inspiration's sake, I mean, you could even sit here with these and just so you know that, hey, that can make confetti or a shaker card. That part's optional. But you may see this and say, oh, yes, I don't need to buy any sequins. I can just make this. Do one. Okay, if it'll stick off my finger, which I don't know why it's sticking on my finger because I don't have glue on there. And again, when you're playing, it really encourages your mind to expand about what you can do with this, because you don't have to do exactly as it was intended. And while you're playing too, you'll get all these little bits and pieces. Let's say you stamp a bunch of stuff and you die cut it out. And you may not make a full project then, but you could put it into the, when I do stuff like that, the paper holder here that I have for the paper, I'm just going to stick them in there. So I didn't have enough room on that one. All right, you get the gist of it, what I'm doing here. Anyways, there we go. Now my finger is sticky after that last one. Okay, so now I'll have this in my binder. You could type out a little thing that has the name on it. You could handwrite it. You could put anything that coordinates with it, anything like that. It is a very handy tool to have when you're doing this. And again, let's just go back and look real quick at some of the samples that when I started playing with it. This one here. This one's a little bit fancier with that embossed folder on the back there and the little cork-like embellishments. So this one's not done yet. So see, I was talking about those pieces. Neither is this one. So you can take that, cut apart, and do that. And here is the other two. Got that blue one there. And this one is coming out. So anyways, thanks for joining me this evening. And I will see you next week. I'll have a fun project next week. I'm not quite sure, but it'll probably be a sneak peek of something else as well. And yeah, let's see here. Go back to this one. There we go. Hi. I have to remember to go opposite of this camera. So, and thanks for joining me this evening. And I appreciate you watching. Hope you have a great rest of your week and weekend. And I thought it'd be festive to come out here to do these because of all my snowmen. They just make me smile. I love them. So, all right. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you watching. Have a great day and evening, I should say. And yeah, that's it for tonight. So we had fun playing. I had fun playing with you. Hopefully I give you some ideas with some of those samples. And I'll make sure to post them. So have a great evening. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.